Hey there, it's Martha, and if you're new, welcome, and if you're returning, welcome back. I have a I shouldn't say interesting video, a fun video. This one took me a while to record, so apologies to Kim from Kim Hearts Organizing that this tag video took such a long time. I just have a system when for content on my channel. I map everything out like weeks in advance, and I just plug things in. I have certain things that are weekly, I have certain things that are monthly, and then hauls will kind of trump other content, and then it's like a little bit of a jigsaw puzzle. But I've been meaning to do this for a long time. I think she did this video back in, might have been end of June or early July, and the tag was masculine or earthy scents. So basically what Kim was looking for is scents that aren't bakery necessarily. I think woodsy was okay. It has been a little bit since I watched the video, her video, but if you want to do this, please do, because I love these types of scents. I think the reason she did this tag video was to hear from other people, because she was also interested in some masculine, earthy, woodsy scents. And so if you want to, please follow along. I know she tagged a number of us, and I think just there's been a lot of hauls and things that come up. So I think hers was like a top 10. Kim, since it's been a while since you did it, I have more than 10 things. So I don't think there's any like rules to this. And I'll talk about what I excluded and why, and then also, you're going to get some bonus here. I think what I wanted to do when I was pulling things was, well, one, I went through all my stuff. So it had to be something I had on hand. So I've had many beautiful kind of masculine earthy scents that I just don't have anymore. And I try to avoid anything that was bakery heavy, because that's not the point. And I also didn't pull a ton of Teddy Bees. Now, in the last Teddy Bees haul, the very last one, a lot of the scents that I describe them as earthy. I use that word a lot. So I could just be doing a lot of those, but I did pull two. I did pull two from Teddy Bees, but there's just so much out there. So I kind of kept it to a few vendors and some that I really felt are earthy or masculine. And the way I would describe masculine is it could be cologne, or it could be a scent that I think men just like, that isn't floral and feminine, right? Could be something that they'd be like, oh, that smells good. And sometimes woodsy scents. There's also certain scent notes, oak moss, vetiver, bergamot, those tend to be used in masculine or unisex colognes as well. So that's kind of how I describe masculine. So if you're interested in hearing what I picked out, then stick around. And if you want to do this video, make sure to tag Kim, tag me, or put it in the description box below, because I also want to see, I'm very curious. I do love these scents, and I'm also very curious to see what others have to say. So stick around and you'll see what I pulled. And if you've been watching my channel for a while, I tend to bundle recording videos. So I've been wearing this for many videos now, but it's the same day. I'm going to start off with the two Rose Girls that I pulled out. It was hard. I think I have, 15 in here instead of 10, but I did want to pull this one out and share it because it's one that's not talked about. It's one that hasn't come around since I think this pre-order, which was the pre-order in January of February of 2023. So it's definitely been over a year. And this one is called Midnight Rosewood. So I'll show the label there. Midnight Rosewood. This has scent notes of tonka bean, rosewood, black amber, tea petals, and cedar. So for me, it's the black amber and the cedar and the rosewood also that make this earthy earthy, really. It's not necessarily masculine, but it's earthy. And it's a very strong, earthy, woodsy scent. This, I mean, I chopped it up before I really knew how to chop up a souffle. This was one of the first souffles that I chopped up and used. This scent is strong. I warmed this within a few months of getting it. And wow, like, wow. It's a super, super strong scent. It's just strong and powerful, but a really pretty woodsy scent. But again, that black amber kind of adds this, I'll say cologniness because it's not perfumey. Sometimes, yeah, why do we do that, right? Perfumes tend to be like what we call like a more of a woman's fragrance, and then cologne is more like a man's fragrance, but then you have these unisex that I think we just call colognes as well. I don't know what they're called, but anyway, that's kind of cologne-like, but very woodsy. I don't even want to say cologne-like, but it's woodsy, but not tree. Does that make sense? Because of the black amber. It's that black amber that's adding a cologne type of vibe to it, I guess. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. So that is Midnight Rosewood. And then from the last pre-order, I mean, I did use Earthy to describe a lot of those scents, but I didn't want to pick anything that was too much like tree, like a traditional tree, right? Not like Fraser fir or balsam or pine. Like I stayed away from picking those to maybe other types of blends with cedar wood or rosewood. I don't know. I mean, sometimes it's hard to figure out what exactly falls in this category, but this one for me was a no-brainer. This is Michael. This is vanilla birch, mahogany, vanilla, and smooth marshmallow cream. Mahogany does tend to be another one that veers more masculine. And this is Michael from Teddy Bees. And this was from her last pre-order. And this one, what I love about this one is it's manly, but it's not cologne-y. Cologne-y, I know that's not really a verb, or an adjective, not a verb, an adjective, but I think you know what I mean. It just smells like a clean guy, but it's not soapy. This is it's so hard to describe Tiffany's scents from Teddy B, because they're so complex. I find them to be very sophisticated. I do get the mahogany, but I also get, to me, I picture a guy that's maybe his hair's still a little damp, right? Like he showered recently, his hair's still a little wet and damp, so he smells clean, but it's not like soap, and it's not like he's put on a ton of cologne, right? It's not Axe spray or anything like that. It's just, he smells good, but it's not overdone. It's not in your face. So anyway, Michael, that if you like kind of those masculine types of scents, that is a good one. All right, so then the other ones, I have a lot, I think, that I pulled from Rose Girls. I have 5. So now that's 7, right? That I picked out 7. But I mean, I don't know. I'm just, I had trouble excluding things. So the first one I feel that is the epitome, like if I had to pull just, one earthy scent, it's going to be Deer Camp. Deer Camp is fresh fallen leaves, burning logs, and a touch of dirt. This is, I don't know that you can get any more earthy besides like straight up petrichor or dirt than Deer Camp. It's the leaves, it's the burning log. It's not a sweet marshmallow fireside. It's not a bonfire. It's like you get the burning embers, and there's something in here that is very outdoorsy. I don't know what it is, but it's like you're outside. You're not inside. This isn't a fireplace. You're outside, and the leaves in here, you do get that touch of dirt. I know when I first heard about this blend, I thought, Deer Camp, like that's not for me. Like that just seems a little extreme for my taste. But when I saw it in a pre-order last year, this is from October, I saw it. I'd heard so many people talk about this one. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to drop it in the cart. I put it in my shopping cart and get it and see what I think. I'm so glad I did. It's such a unique scent. It's very nice. It really is, because I love that outdoorsy, earthy scent. It's so good. And I don't know what else to say, but if you see this and it sounds remotely interesting or you're just curious, I think you'll be really pleasantly surprised with Deer Camp. Of the hauls that I saw when this was offered, of people who also had never purchased it before, they were also very surprised. I didn't hear anyone say, ugh. But again, everyone's got different scent preferences. So, you know, and you never know, but I was very surprised by this in a good way. So that is Deer Camp. Then the other one that I picked up was Shadow Queen. This is Lord of Misrule, Marshmallow Fireside, Tobacco, and Vanilla Bourbon. So, of course, the tobacco, the vanilla bourbon, the Lord of Misrule are all scents that are I'll just say fall in this category to me. This is a blend that I got last year. I think it was December. Yeah, December of last year. And in that haul, this was not my favorite. It was one that I wasn't sure what to expect. I was told by many that, that this was a popular one. You should try it. And again, of that haul, right? That haul had like a lot of Mario and bakery and all kind of what's in my wheelhouse. And this one was like, wow, I was just not expecting this. I just didn't know what to expect. I'm not familiar with Lord of Misrule, although now I know it's a lush scent. But this fits that category, and it's one that I haven't warmed yet. And it's one that, do you ever have a scent that you're like, oh, I don't know. But then you keep going back in, and then you keep going back in. And that's what this scent is to me. There's something about it that is grabbing me. There's something about it that is enticing me. And I cannot wait to warm it. But for me, it definitely falls. If I'm in the mood for something kind of masculine like that, this would be one that I would warm. And I'm planning on warming just to really see what this is like on warm. This smells very strong, just out of the bag. I can smell it. And so I had to add it in here because it falls within that category. And it's one I'm really looking forward to, because it's so different. It's just different from what I have. Then I have Ghost Stories. This is Iced Vanilla Woods, Vanilla Cupcakes, and Lavender. And her Iced Vanilla Woods says it's a Bath & Body Works type, but then it's in here, sexy, woodsy, blend of vanilla, smoke, lavender, and musk. So for me, this is another kind of earthy, masculine scent. I have warmed quite a bit of this, and this was a great performer for me. Fantastic performer. And so I've been kind of looking forward to warming these scents again. And I get the musk. I get a little bit of the smokiness. And Iced Vanilla Woods, to me, is a very strong oil. And it does veer a little bit masculine to me. So that has that vibe to it. So that is Ghost Stories. Similar color, black and purple here. This is Midnight Society. This is Palo Santo, Sweet Lavender, and Vanilla Bean Noel. Now, you might think, really? I mean, it sounds kind of bakery-ish, but her Palo Santo is, I'd say, more masculine. And so that is Midnight Society. This is another very strong performer, very good performer. And this one, as with Ghost Stories, I felt just got even more and more beautiful as it warmed. This one, I get a lot of the Palo Santo. That's really what I'm getting more of. There's some lavender there to add the sweetness to it. And for me, this was an earthy kind of masculine scent because of that Palo Santo. Then, last but not least from Rose Girls, I have Light as a Feather, Stiff as a Board. This is leaves, vanilla, amber, sandalwood, and toasted marshmallow. So again, you have the leaves adding this earthiness, the sandalwood that's bringing this warmth to this, and then the amber that's also adding, I mean, amber's a resin, but it is used a lot in colognes, perfumes. And so it does give that type of fragrance to it. I have not worn this one, but I'm really looking forward to this because it's unique to me and it's not my typical type of scent notes. I got in Around Robin a combination of this and Haunted Library. I could have pulled that out, I guess, for this video too. And so I liked that scent. And when I saw that this was offered, I figured I'd get it. So those are the ones that I pulled from Rose Girl. So I did, as I was pulling things from my stash, found that there were certain vendors that I do have quite a bit of masculine, earthy, woodsy scents, more than others. There's some vendors that I have a lot more kind of bakery scents or whatever. But from Knowles Farm Scents, I do have quite a bit of that I only pulled. I try to keep it small. So I pulled 5 from Knowles. I actually had 6, but I figured that's a little bit more. I mean, I'll just mention honorable mention Treats by the Fireplace, but because this has sugar cookie dough and sweet bakery dough and zucchini bread, when I was smelling this again before filming, I was like, yeah, this has a lot of bakery, even though that by the Fireplace is fantastic. But I'm going to start here with Midnight. This is bergamot, orange zest, clove leaf, peppercorn, lavender, amberwood, leather, and musk. A lot of times you'll find leather in these type of scents. I think that's what I would call an earthy scent. And bergamot is used a lot in masculine scents. And then you've got the musk and the leather, like I said. So this one is Midnight. Oh, that's strong. I must have purchased this in either August or September. I can't remember, but this it's been a while and I have not warmed it. But yeah, I get that leather, I get the musk. I didn't think I would like leather very much. In fact, I didn't like leather very much a year ago, but it's really growing on me and definitely depends on how it's blended. But this one fits the category. Then I have After Midnight. This is white oak, vanilla, cocoa butter, and cashmere. Now, I didn't want to go something. I didn't pick a lot of woodsy scents because a lot of the scents that I have that are woodsy are like Christmas tree, vanilla balsam, Fraser fir, that kind of thing. But and so I have so many of those. So, but this one I chose because of the white oak. It's not a scent note that I get a lot of. And that to me is what made this a little bit more on the earthy side. And this is a good one. And then you have the cocoa butter that smooths this out, makes it kind of like a body lotion. And then I love cashmere. It's just cozy. So I really like this one. I have not warmed this either. This is After Midnight from Knowles Farm Scents. This one I have warmed, even though the bag is full, but I have a loaf and I had another bag. This is Campfire Confection. This is Amish Friendship bread, zucchini bread, sugar cookie. So yes, there's bakery in here, and marshmallow, but the campfire is what to me sells this. It's a smoky, beautiful smoky blend, but you do have bakery in this one. So this might be a little cheating, but it's so good. Then we have Warm the Soul. This is By the Fireplace, Palo Santo, and zucchini bread. It's really the Palo Santo and the By the Fireplace that makes this to me a kind of masculine, earthy scent. This is a great one. Would be fantastic to bring in the wintertime, Travis, just saying. Although I think I have a loaf of this as well. I've cut this up. You get, it's so good. It's just cozy. And the zucchini bread in here is adding like a savoriness to it, like a little spice to it. More savory, I would say. But it's the smoky and the Palo Santo that, for me, make this much more of a, kind of more of a masculine vibe. Warm the Soul. And then the last one from Knowles Farm Scents is Leaves, Beach Nights, and Comfort. I do remember, I think, him saying not to include or she's looking for stuff that isn't beach nights and bakery. But this to me is not like a beach nights blend. It's the leaves and the comfort that really comes through on this blend. So this is Cozy Evenings. It was just offered in the very last pre-order that he's working on right now. He being Travis, the owner of Knowles Farm Scents, typically does an RTS after he's shipped out all of the pre-orders. So this should be available maybe mid to late September in an RTS. And it's fantastic. For me, it's the leaves in here, but it's not your Bath & Body Works leaves. There's a sweetness to it. And that's probably coming from the Comfort, which has the little patchouli. I don't remember what else was in Comfort. I can't remember. But there's almost like a vanilla birch vibe in here. And it's the leaves, though, that to me fit the earthy bill. So that is Cozy Evenings. And then I have 2 more vendors, and we'll get to it. But I think I have to switch my battery out, so I'll be right back. This video, I swear, some videos are just, they're not nice to me. This is the 3rd time. I'm kind of re-recording part of it. The first time I ran out of room on the SD card, and I don't know why, even though I delete everything off of it, except for like the little piece I had from this recording, from this video, it just will not. It says there's no memory. So I have to reformat the memory card, which means it wipes out anything that's on there. So that was recording number 1. 2, ran out of, or it overheated. So, because I've been filming so many videos back to back. So I had to pause and like give the camera a little time to cool down. And then 3, now I've, the battery. The battery. So sorry if this is a little choppy and it's not the smoothest video, but we're almost done. Then I chose 2 from a recent haul. Haven't worn these either, but we're just going on cold sniff. This is from the Candle Nurse. So the first one I have here is My Old Fashioned Love. This has vibrant bergamot, fresh basil leaf, oak moss, white patchouli, tobacco leaves, vanilla, and fire roasted marshmallows. My Old Fashioned Love. And I think I already mentioned bergamot and then oak moss. So those are scents you tend to find in more masculine type of fragrances. Oh, but this is so good. Like I was like, wait, are these in my basket this month? I have not warmed. By the time you watch this video, I've probably warmed the Candle Nurse, but as of right now, I've not warmed it yet. And they just smell so strong, so sophisticated. I do get the oak moss. I get the but I get the bergamot. It's so good. And then the tobacco leaves. So that is My Old Fashioned Love. And then I also picked Come On, Sammy. This is smoky vanilla embers, sandalwood, cedarwood, leather, rich amber, Palo Santo, and creamy vanilla. Come On, Sammy. Now it's been like over a month since I watched her video by her. It's Emily Dominguez, who is the owner of the Candle Nurse. I think Sammy's her brother, if I remember correctly. So she wanted a scent that her brother would enjoy. Ooh, you get the smoky embers. Wow, that's good. I can smell the leather faintly. What I'm really getting is a lot of that embers. And I'm also picking up some of that creamy vanilla. So this is another one that I would term as masculine or earthy scent. And that is Come On, Sammy. Fantastic. I can't wait to warm those. All right. And then I also put in here, I thought I had Winchester. You know what? Here we go. Nope, that's the Cellar. Winchester's another one with a leather note, but I didn't put it in here. But I did put in Ivy and Wayne, and this is cardamom, leather, earthy iris, musky amber, currants, citrus zest, sweet pineapple, strawberry, raspberry, and green. So it does have some fruit in here, but the fruit is adding some sweetness, but I do get the dewy greens. And I do get a little bit of that leather and that earthy iris and the musky scent. So this is kind of an in-betweener where it's a little bit of both, right? It's got a little bit of the fruitiness, the sweetness, but it's also got a touch of earthiness. So that is Ivy and Wayne. Okay. Last vendor. I know is this like a video of 20? I think it is. The last vendor I chose, and I almost wasn't going to talk about it. So we'll just say that this is a bonus. This is just bonus. And the reason I wasn't going to bring it up is because currently Sassy Girl Aroma is not open. At the time of recording, she's not opened. Her business burned down. Her building burned down. And I think it was back in April, at the beginning of this year. And so you can't get these scents. But I had to include them. Black Hood. So this is a by the fireplace type. This is by the fireplace basically. And it is a scent from Replica. Or Replica is, it's like a sub name of it. But anyway, it's smoky. You got that fireplace scent. For me, I had to add this in there. It's a fantastic, it's also very strong, good performer. So that is Black Hood. I'm going through these a little faster since they're like extras. Let me get my glasses on. Then I picked Winter Biscuits. So Winter Biscuits is sweet scent of Christmas baking, permeates the home with hints of cinnamon, buttery pastries, gingerbread cookies, and patchouli. Now you are saying, okay, Martha, now this is bakery. Doesn't really fall in this category, but it kind of does to me. And I think, but maybe not. The more I'm smelling it, I get a lot of this patchouli. And it's not like a bakery scent. This is more of a perfumey cologne kind of a scent. Even though there's cinnamon and pastries and gingerbread, I think it's the ginger. So it's like a spicy, it's not manly. Okay, maybe this one doesn't belong in here, but it kind of is. I don't know. It's right there. It's an in-betweener. But Carrie's Sister, I did have to include this one. This is Bonfire Bliss, Marshmallow Fireside, Sandalwood, and Vanilla. Interesting that this is a kind of Carrie's sister. It makes it sound feminine, but it's not actually. It's so good. Like, I love this scent. I've been warming this little by little by little. This is from January of 2023. To me, it's the sandalwood that's really grounding this. It's adding this warmth, this woodsy notes. You got the Bonfire Bliss as well. And then, of course, the Marshmallow Fireside that adds sweetness, but then you still have a lot of that smoky bonfire scent. But it's not a smoky scent. I stayed away from anything that was super smoky because I have a lot of those from, I wouldn't say Teddy Bees is super smoky, but I do have some very smoky blends from Teddy Bees. And I didn't pick any of those out. But this is so good. It's the sandalwood, I think, that does it for me. So that is Carrie's Sister. And then I picked out this one, although I haven't warmed it at all. I got it in December of last year. It's Honey Pine Cones. This is fireweed honey, anchored by orange flower, white woods, Icelandic pine cone, and cashmere musk. What makes this earthy to me is the pine cones, is the cashmere musk, is the white woods. So honey pine cones. Yeah, it's a strong, this is very earthy. You know what, as I'm sniffing this now, there is something in here that is in deer camp. And to me, that is super earthy. But this has a little hint of honey, little hint. It's not overly honey to me, maybe on warm. I haven't warmed this, but yeah, there's something in here that is outdoorsy, very similar to deer camp, but not the same. I don't know. Could be the white woods, Icelandic pine cone. I don't know. But very earthy scent. And that is honey pine cones. Yeah, so I had a couple other things, but I decided I needed to stop somewhere. So these are the ones I picked out. Kim, I hope you're watching. I hope I stayed within the category that you were thinking. These are definitely for me, not bakery. not perfumey floral, not beachy beach nights, not fruity. So that's kind of what fell in this category without being overly smoky, house on fire kind of thing. So a little assortment from a few different vendors, and I am very curious to see if any of you want to follow along with this tag and make a video, because again, I do really enjoy these scents a lot. So thank you so much for hanging out with me. I hope you enjoy this. And if you did, consider subscribing and liking and commenting if you don't mind. It helps other people find my channel. And of course, if you hit the notification bell, then you will not miss a video. So thank you so much, and I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.